So I'm going to do a quick video showing some of the Wi-Fi performance characteristics of the ASUS Transformer Prime compared to the original ASUS Transformer. I'm going to do it in a couple of locations. Right now I am in my home office in the garage, which is about 30 feet or so from the router, with about 4 or 5 walls in between. So it's the worst case scenario in my particular house. Looking at Wi-Fi analyzer with the Prime on the left and the original transformer on the right. We can see that the original transformer has a little bit better signal. That's a lot more consistent on the original transformer as well. The Prime is lower signal, and it seems to be a little bit erratic. There was a drop off there for a second, and there it goes again, another drop off. So we'll give it a second here and see if that's a consistent pattern. Looks like that drop off hasn't happened again, so we'll go ahead and do a speed test. So there's our results on the Transformer Prime, about 1850 or so kilobits per second. Let's see how the original transformer does. And it's obviously doing significantly better. It's getting about 10,000 kilobits per second down. I'm on Time Warner cable, so my max is 1 megabit per second up. So looks like the transformer, the original transformer, is doing about as well as it can be expected at this kind of range, whereas the Prime is not doing very well at all. So I'm going to switch to a location that is within about 10 feet of the router, and we'll see how it does. Okay, I'm now in a location that is within about 10 feet of the router, with only one wall in between, and I'm going to switch to Wi-Fi analyzer, see how it's doing. And again, the transformer has a better signal than the Transformer Prime, which is now on the right, and the transformer is on the left. And the Prime seems to be a little inconsistent. It's kind of jumping all over the place. Also note that I have in all the tests, I have the back of the unit oriented toward the router, to account for any possibility that the you can see the Transformer Prime is jumping all over the place, that the metal backing on the Prime is having an impact on the signal, and the transformer stays pretty much solid. And let's go ahead and do a speed test. And here is the Transformer Prime. Still very good performance, close to the router. So about 20 kilobits per second for the Transformer Prime. And 30 kilobits per second for the original Transformer. Okay, I'm going to do another test that's about midway between the 2 points that I've tested so far. Okay, now here's a test that's at about a midway point between the first test, which was with numerous walls in between the units and the router, and the other test with one wall and very close to the router. And now we're about 20 feet with about 2 walls between us. And once again, in this case, it looks like the Prime is still a little lower. The Transformer is on the left and the Prime is on the right. And it seems to be less consistent as well, although the difference isn't as great between the two. So now I'm going to do speed tests. Here we have the original Transformer. Looks like it's getting about 18 kilobits per second and the full upload speed. And now we'll do the Prime. And it's getting about 9 kilobits per second. So it looks like there's definitely a performance difference in Wi-Fi between the original Transformer and the Transformer Prime, and it'll remain to see whether that's going to be resolvable through further software updates or whether that's just going to be a physical limitation of the device. Thanks a lot.